Hey, what's up guys? So I'm here for another glute video with Ian and Gloria. So Gloria is gonna be the test subject here. Ian's gonna run Gloria through a test to show you guys what you guys can look for to make sure that you're activating your glutes properly. So a lot of people, when they do this, they cheat by having a lot of hamstring activation or low back activation. They're gonna show you a test you can do on your own to hopefully help you be more aware of really just using your glutes and minimal involvement with your hamstrings and glutes. So Ian, take it away. Let's see what this test looks like.
Sorry, I'm just gonna get Gloria on the ground, so face down. Sure. Yeah, we can use the other glute, that's fine. Okay, all right. So what happens majority of the time when I'm gonna ask Gloria to lift her knee off the ground, so I'm gonna hold on to you. So I'm gonna ask her just to lift her leg straight, and we're gonna see whether the hamstring is involved, the glute, or her lower back. So we just get an idea of what's going on, right? So I'm just gonna do this, okay? All right, go ahead. Okay, so what I felt there is a little bit of lower back, right? A lot of hamstring and glute, right? So the next thing I wanna do is let me take the hamstrings out of the situation. So I have her leg like this, right? Then I'll ask her to do the same thing, lift your knee up off the ground. Okay, so still a bit of hamstring and a little bit more involvement in the lower back. So the next progression, and we call it's called a figure four, because if you, I hope you can see this in the camera.
Yep.
Her leg looks like 4.
Yep.
Right. So what she's gonna try and do is, it's very hard now to use your hamstrings, lose your lower back. She's just gonna, so her foot's gonna stay in contact, her ankle stays in contact with her knee, the back of her knee, and she's just gonna try and lift that knee up. So it's not a huge movement again, just a little tiny movement. She just wants to get it off the ground without cheating, right? So let's see what happens. Ready? Okay, down. Okay, where did you feel that?
Here.
Okay, and that's what we want. So this is an easy way to find out, okay, am I getting glute activity? Am I feeling it in my hamstring or my lower back? If I am, I want to try and get to an exercise that's harder, so I just use my glutes alone.
So if someone does this really well, that ankle should be touching the leg at all times.
You don't want this
there
to
should be
leave,
zero separation.
That's a form of a cheat, right?
Right.
You don't want to cheat at
So
all.
if her ankle lifts off the leg, then she's using something else but the glute.
She's kind of doing it incorrectly, but she can, potentially she'll start to use other things to get it going. We just want to make sure it's isolated in the glute itself. So when she does that, now that was pretty good, right? And really she has decent glute activation.
Right.
So after you can do that, say you do 2 sets of 10, 3 sets of 10, right? Then when you find that you sufficiently can do that on both sides, then your next progression would be just like that. Then you do 3 sets of 10. So remember, you took out your hamstrings in the first place. So you know what it feels like to just be glutes. Your goal is to make sure it's just your glutes that are doing it, right?
So let's run her through the figure 4 again. Like what would it look like if she did it really, really poorly? Like if someone were to do this for the first time, and let's say they just don't know how to activate it yet, how would it look?
Straight up, she wouldn't even get the knee off the ground.
Gotcha.
Like,
the ankle might leave off the
You're
ground.
battling, and then you're doing this, then you're adjusting and trying to get around it. So that's the thing. So if she moved her knee, which is good, so it's not a huge movement. You just want to see enough, and you'll see the bulge in the glute because it's working to do what it needs to do.
Gotcha.
Right? But if this comes up, she's compensating somewhere. So don't want that.
Right.
And then now this one, right? When she's like that, she's just going to go lift her knee up straight off the ground, right? And want more glute involvement. Now there's less hamstring there.
There's less hamstring now. Right. Cool.
Down.
Is there a way for the person to recognize how much hamstring he or she might have, or?
You could, okay, put your hand on your hamstring. Can you reach that? You could put your hand on your hamstring, but you're kind of putting yourself in a weird
spot,
position.
Yeah.
But it's more of, if you even down here and you keep that hand there, so just keep it on the ground and try and keep straight, you'll kind of get maybe a general feeling of what's going on, but it's a feeling. Right. Like if you lift that up, you tell me, lift that leg straight, right? You can actually touch and say, okay, all right, and the glute, right? Okay, so it's more of a feeling, because once you've done the figure 4, the first one, right, you can now isolate what it should feel like. Once you know what it feels like, then it's easier to duplicate.
Gotcha.
So you'll get to a point where it's like, okay, I flex it, but it's not all. I might be cramping in my hamstring.
Right, of course.
My lower back might be getting fatigued. So it's something like that. Like if you have a partner or assistant, they can help you and spot. And they can see, okay, that's
Gotcha.
flexing as
If you're
well.
working out with someone, or if you're at home, your whatever family member.
Or you know what? Videotape it, then
Right.
take a look at later and see what you think.
Right. Awesome. Thanks, Ian. Well, hope that helps, guys. Any questions, just leave in the comments below, and we'll catch you next time. Thanks, guys.